We're following breaking news right now out of Oakland. One person is dead after a midday shooting near the city's Chinatown. Police say several people and weapons were involved. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Vicki Liviakis.
And I'm Grant Lotus. The shooting happened shortly after 2 this afternoon near 8th and Broadway, just about a block from the police department.
Our correspondent Dan Thorn joins us now live from the scene of that shooting with the very latest. Dan, what have you learned?
Well, we've been getting limited details here as investigators continue to take over 8th and Broadway. The area here still closed off after the shooting that happened this afternoon. Police did tell us that one man was shot and killed here around 2:12 this afternoon. It's still unclear as to who the suspects are, if there's a description of a vehicle or whatnot. But if you take a look at this video from earlier, you could see several shell casings on the ground here. This is the 400 block of Broadway. Police actually said that they were able to hear these gunshots from the police department, which, as you mentioned, is just about a block away. Police say it was about 20 rounds from either a high-powered gun or multiple shooters were out here firing at this person. This has been a really tough year for Oakland when it comes to homicide. This killing here is the 54th in the city so far this year, and that's more than double to this time last year. Gun violence being one of the new chief's top priorities, and police really have not told us what led up to this shooting, but we have seen some visibly upset people here talking with investigators, presumably family of this victim. And here's what the chief had to say about this shooting a little over an hour ago.
Unfortunately, there was an incident that occurred about 2:12 this afternoon. There was a series of gunshots that could be heard from the police department. Officers rushed out to the scene, and unfortunately we did find an adult male suffering from fatal gunshot wounds. We immediately called for medical assistance to render aid. I believe officers on scene were trying to render aid even before medical arrived, but unfortunately the person did succumb to their injuries.
Well, Oakland police have not given any more updates since, but they did say this was not a random shooting. They believe this was a targeted shooting. They were after this person. The victim's identity at this time has not been released because the coroner has not yet arrived on scene, and it's still unclear tonight if there's any sort of vehicle description or, again, any suspects. And right now continuing to canvass the area. They are looking for any sort of surveillance video of any of the businesses that are nearby here, and they're also seeking information from any possible witnesses. So they're going to continue to be out here trying to collect as much evidence as possible to figure out what went down here. But again, this was not a random shooting. This was a targeted shooting, police believe, and they're going to be out here investigating, with this area being closed off for probably the next couple of hours. Vicki and Grant.
All right, Dan Thorn live for